Wisdom. It's an incredibly valuable asset. Some would say more precious than gold. It's attractive, appealing, admirable. Conversely, a lack of wisdom is the basis of immaturity, blind spots, and bad decisions. Wisdom. It can be gained over time, but it can't be rushed. But wisdom can be shared. That's precisely what we are here to do right now. Today, we are here to hack wisdom, to distill it, to understand it, and to process it. Why? To get better at life. Welcome to the main thing. This is your new Wisdom Podcast. I'm your host, Skip Linneberg, and I've set out to interview the wisest people I know. We'll see what we can learn from each one when they're faced with an incredibly difficult, soul-piercing question. Hello, I'm Skip Linneberg, your host. I'm delighted you're joining us today. It's an honor to welcome you back into our cozy little learning space where twice a month we study wisdom from the wisest people around with the purpose of getting a little bit better at this thing called life. I've got a stellar guest joining us today. This wise gentleman is a friend, neighbor, and role model. He's also an artist, musician, and a successful, highly respected leader in the marketing and advertising community. Listening today, you will learn several important wisdom lessons, including what it's like to launch and grow a small business, how to effectively gain the trust of clients with an uncommon approach, and a little-known key to business success that complements the familiar trio of quality, value, and consistency. Our guest, Bryan Boyd, hails from the coal fields of southern West Virginia, McDowell County, to be more precise. He's the son of legendary Hall of Fame basketball coach Jennings Boyd, who guided North Fork High School to 8 consecutive AA state championships from 1974 to 1981. Bryan is a gifted musician and vocalist. He performs regularly in 3 diverse groups, including the Velvet Brothers, a Vegas-style show band, Central Standard Time, a progressive and contemporary jazz ensemble, and Combo Latino, a Latin fusion group. An artist and designer by degree and profession, Bryan continues to explore creative expression through many forms, including visual art and songwriting. An avid fisherman and dog lover, Bryan resides in Charleston, West Virginia, with his wife Mary and their 1-year-old Australian Shepherd, Rufus. So settle in and get ready. Over the next 30 minutes, you will discover why Bryan Boyd is one of the wisest people I know. Bryan Boyd, welcome to the Main Thing Podcast. Great to be with you today.
Great to be here.
Hey, I understand you're coming off of a hot performance.
Well, yes, in many ways it was definitely a hot performance, but I am a musician, among other things, and we were playing at the 2025 Stern Wheel Regatta on the same stage with KC and the Sunshine Band.
Our hometown's River Festival, the high point of the summer.
Stern Wheel Regatta.
They draw crowds of 50,000 on some nights. Big festival.
So we were playing conservatively before a crowd of about 30,000.
Mm-hmm. Stage is set up on the street. They block off several streets downtown, and people are lined up as far as you can see. Boats are on the riverbank watching.
Right. Very festive and very exciting for the city. My band was invited to open for, or I don't like to use the word open for because it sounds like we're, open a can of Coke, but we played before KC and the Sunshine Band.
What?
Yeah. So it was very exciting.
So the music was hot.
Literally, and the stage was even hotter.
This was during the National Heat Dome.
Right.
A whole heat dome was covering the whole United States.
Yes.
And during this part of the month of June, the temperatures were above 90 for the whole duration.
Right, which is very unusual.
The feels like was up at 100.
In my case of equipment, I have a thermometer, which is very handy because at some point the equipment gets to a stress level.
Right.
It was 110 degrees inside the
case.
The case.
Wow.
So that gives you an idea of how hot it could be on the stage.
So the Velvet Brothers, your performance was hot.
It was.
The music was just killing it.
It was.
Yeah.
And then KC came on and he did what was expected. I mean, he's has just an absolute, top-notch band playing with him. We do our sound checks together. Songs like "Get Down Tonight." All the players are seasoned players. There's no amateurs in there.
Yeah.
And the music was just at a high level. They're not tentative about their playing. Let's just say that. They are playing, and they're full on. I was a little overheated, so I missed the little bit of it. But I did.
Do tell.
I did gain my wits about me, and was able to enjoy a little bit of it. So
a little bit of ice was applied.
A lot of ice.
Okay.
A lot of, I was down on the floor.
Okay.
I made it to one knee, and then they put me down, and we got ice packs on my neck and my head, and tried to, cool me down.
You were playing bass that night?
Bass and singing, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
That's what I do in that band. I had my bass, and I'm turning around, and I'm walking to the edge there, and one of these stage fellas is a friend of mine, and he noticed that I was a little bit stressed.
Yeah.
In a stressful situation. And I walked to the side and then went down on one knee, and they caught me, and that's when they knew that something was wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't remember about 2 or 3 minutes of that.
Gosh.
But after I kind of came back to reality, and I had towels on me, and they were cooling me down with water. They were pouring it over my head to cool me down.
Sure, glad you're okay.
Well, right.
Yeah. So, Bryan, the Velvet Brothers, rewind the tape for us and tell us a little bit about your musical roots.
Right.
How did you get started in music?
I was a late bloomer. I did not start playing a musical instrument till college. Hallmates down the hall, one of them was a bass player.
Okay.
I think he was from Atlanta or someplace like that. And I said, "Hey, man, I think I'd like to start playing music." He says, "Oh, really?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Do you have an instrument, an old instrument that I think I want to do bass?" And he says, "Well, yeah, I can let you, borrow mine for a little bit and play with it." That was it. So, my friend and I were staying up all night. We went all in, and bleeding fingers, the whole thing, man.
So which came first, the music or the art? Because you're also a wonderful, talented artist.
Yes, the art came first.
Okay.
As a freshman, I was kind of directed in that lane by a wonderful guidance counselor at college. He said, "What do you want to major in?" I said, I was 18.
Yeah.
And I said, I really don't, I don't really know what I want to major in, but I'm maybe something, and I used the word artsy.
Okay.
Creative wasn't in my vocabulary at
Okay.
that point, so something maybe had to do in art. Good. I'll stick you in these classes.
Let's try a couple and see if you like it.
Exactly.
And you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes. And so then that lane just started filling up with other art classes. They've put me in an art curriculum, which is a 4-year degree of a bachelor's in visual arts. I didn't understand anything about that, but I just know it was in the art curriculum. And then as I picked up steam and this natural ability started flowing out of me,
Nice.
then it just steamrolled from there. And a year later, I'm taking summer. I went to summer school for maybe 3 semesters, and it was it was a time that was exciting because I was learning something new every week. And at that point, at about second year in, I started gaining momentum because I had instructors and professors that were telling me, you may be okay at this.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
And so it just took hold of me. So it was a natural progression.
Bryan, we've known each other for 30 years now.
Yeah.
And we've been neighbors. We're recording today in Parkwood Studios. And we've been neighbors for 20 years here on Parkwood Road. Do you recall by any chance how and when we met?
So I don't remember the exact moment, but I do remember having an immediate connection because I think that we had both been in the advertising business or marketing. We understood our respective abilities were unique, that we both loved doing the business side of it. We loved doing the creative side.
I've been in-house and doing the corporate in-house marketing gig at different places throughout my career.
Yes.
And you've often been my marketing guy,
right?
In those,
right. That's right.
In
That's
those places,
right?
And then as I was in the agency world, as you touched on earlier, I had observed and admired and watched what you did, and really tried to emulate.
Well, thank you.
Much of that, really did. When did you go out and launch Bryan Boyd Creative Group?
So in January of 1989, I started my marketing firm.
Yeah.
And I didn't call it a marketing firm then. I called it an advertising agency.
Sure.
But in that 8 years that I had already been doing it, I had become aware of my marketing acumen versus just advertising acumen. Advertising is drawing an ad, taking it to the client go, oh, I love that ad. Boo. Marketing
One
is
tactic in the whole marketing gamut.
Right, exactly. One tool in the toolbox.
Right.
Creative people have that fraternity.
Yeah.
It is a closed society. If you have that, if your right brain is firing, that is a closed society. People understand that creative people think different, look at the world different, act different.
Yes.
And so we tend to huddle and take care of our own.
Yeah.
And in our business, in our marketing business, so forth, it's highly competitive. Highly competitive.
Sure.
But what creates that competitiveness is the client.
What's your approach to gaining a new client's confidence? They've come in to meet with you and they want to hear what you have to say, your approach, maybe some ideas.
Yes, you hit it right on the head. They want to hear what I have to say, but I've always had success with saying, I would like to hear what you feel you need to accomplish. I'm not putting it back on them. I'm not trying to challenge them and saying, I'm not going to tell you about me until you tell me that what you need to do. No, I'm saying, I'm here and I'm confident that we can do whatever you need to do. So let's just start from there.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I want to hear what you feel you need to accomplish. I'd like to really spend most of our time today hearing what some of the things have been challenging for you and what you think you'd like to change and where you want to go, because that's going to color how I'm going to use my talent.
Yes.
And
I've been on the receiving end of this approach.
yes.
You'll take your pen out and you'll say, sir, would you mind if I take some notes as I'm listening? So you're taking notes. So I know you're paying close attention.
Yes.
You're making notes of what I'm saying. And at some point in the conversation, while you're listening, you're totally focused on what I'm saying, deep and attentive listening. And while that's going on over in the right margin of your page, I'll notice you're starting to sketch over there. And boy, doesn't that get me curious.
Yes. You don't know whether I'm taking notes about what we're saying and or conversation, or you don't know if I'm doodling, drawing, or whatever. And I'm giving you cues that I'm listening.
For sure.
By feedback. But what I'm doing is that creative people, visual people, people that understand how the right brain works, as you're talking, I'm not thinking of words. I'm visualizing.
Yeah.
Because marketing, communication, advertising, all of these words that we use, it is a stimulus business. We create things that stimulate people for a purpose. To buy something, to do something, to say something. And then at some point, I'm hoping that as they're talking to me and I'm talking to them and I'm listening well and I'm translating, that it's going through my right brain. Maybe it's something that in their mind is a visual. It's a possibility for a visual solution, because our business is highly visual. It's stimulus.
For sure.
I will have that Sharpie marker or that pencil.
Yeah.
Usually it's a Sharpie marker.
Yeah.
I'll be doodling, but I'm not doodling. I'm listening and I'm translating what that person says into something visual. At some point in the conversation where you feel that it's the appropriate time, you say, George, Tammy, or whatever, whoever, is this what you're thinking? Is this what you see in your mind? Early on, I realized that I had that ability to translate what they're telling me into a notepad, sketch pad, piece of paper. Oh, that was a really, really eureka moment. Knowing when to do it, okay, but also knowing how powerful that can be. What I've done is I've given them proof, positive
Yeah.
that I'm listening and I understand and I comprehend. And most importantly, I can translate.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So if they actually say, well, that's not what I had in mind, but I like what you're doing right here. If you could take that and move this over here, and if you could put that bird up here, but the bird had its wings stuck
Bryan,
out like this.
Now you're co-owners.
Oh my.
They've taken ownership.
Exactly.
You're joint owners of a concept.
Most important, I've had he or she responding.
Yeah.
It's responding to what I've done.
Yeah.
We don't even have a relationship yet.
That gains their confidence.
Oh my goodness. So when you talk about how do you gain someone's confidence?
Yeah.
It's a step process,
Mm-hmm.
even when at the first meeting, but it all starts with listening and translating.
Yes.
Creativity happens very, very quickly. And if you are not tuned in, the great concept or the great opportunity can go by. And you don't even know it.
Yeah.
You don't miss it. Do you notice in then that whole process, nobody has said anything about how much do you cost?
Right.
How much is this going to cost? Money has no relative impact on creativity. Creativity is an entity and an idea unto its own. $1 or $10,000. I've often told clients and joked with them that if I brought an idea in here and I told you that it's going to be $5,000, but that if we did that, we can realize $500,000 out of it.
Yes.
Guess what? The $5,000 would appear. Mm-hmm. So it's not a matter of a budget. It's a matter of, is the idea valid?
192 extra minutes of wisdom. That's what you get when you become a patron of the Main Thing podcast. Many of you continue to say, we want to hear more from these wise guests. That's precisely what patrons of our podcast get. Exclusive access to bonus episodes called The Whole Thing. These 30-minute special shows bring you a deeper dive into our guests' wisdom. Less editing, more laughter. Less time limits, more stories. Unlock those 192 extra minutes of wisdom for yourself for as little as $9 per month through the Patreon platform. And when you become a patron, you also get access to wisdom essays, behind-the-scenes glimpses, and access to special patron-only wisdom gatherings. Head over to patreon.com/themainthingpodcast. Go unlock your 192 extra minutes of wisdom. Bryan Boyd, what's the main thing you've learned in your lifetime so far?
The main thing that I've learned is that working with urgency is as important as quality, value, or consistency. That urgency is on the same level and hasn't changed in 30 years. Let me explain that.
Yeah, please.
A client will expect, what do they expect? They expect consistency.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody has recommended your firm to come in and sit down and talk to them. Well, whoever recommended them, obviously you're consistent or they wouldn't have recommended you. Or they heard about you or saw your work and said, I want to bring these guys in. Well, the consistency is something that's going to be, it's a given. The quality of the work, though, they might recognize. They might see a piece that you've done and go, boy, I love that.
That really popped.
They put that in their folder. Okay, I'm going to keep those guys.
Quality.
Yeah. Value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is another intangible. Don't know until you work with somebody what the value of their work is going to be. You can promise value. You can talk about value that you've given to other people. But until you work with a client one-on-one, the value concept is not established yet. Yeah. So those are the three most important things that people in our world deal with.
We had a great meal last time.
We expect a great meal this time.
Yes.
2 times, that's an accident. 3 times is consistent. So doing your homework, being consistent, presenting with quality, doing quality work, and understanding what the client's value expectation is. Very, very important. All of those go out the window if they have to call you back and remind you, Bryan, The last time we got together, you said we were going to get together in about a week and review this. According to my calendar, it's been a week and a half. When can we expect you?
Right.
Working with urgency will not make up for lack of quality or value or consistency.
Okay.
But what it will do is it will endear you to the client. Urgency is someone on the client end going, well, gosh, I didn't expect him to come back. I expected him to at least be a week. God, they called us in 3 days. What does that communicate? We expedite quickly. We took your idea and put it into motion quickly. Urgency is as important as quality, value, or consistency. Now, that is one marketing expert opinion, but I've seen it play out time and time again. You can have the best price, you can have the best looking ad. If the urgency is not there, the client is not going to get that kind of passionate feeling that we got the right people.
Yes.
That's what you want a client to, in their mind, when they meet with their people behind closed doors without you being there. That's what you want them to say. I think we've got the right folks for the job.
Bryan, can I use the word hustle in this context?
Yes.
That I'm going to bring some hustle to this situation, this project, this engagement, this campaign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But urgency to me implies hustle is a physical. To me, hustle is a physical response.
Okay.
Urgency is a state of mind.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
It's a frame.
Good.
It's a frame of mind that we are moving on this at a pace that is accelerated. It doesn't have anything to do with how fast I can run, but it has to do with how fast I'm able to respond.
Got it. How could I bring urgency to my dealings with my spouse?
Yeah.
Urgency to my dealings with my family?
If you're a holistic person, in other words, you try to integrate your work life into your personal life and your personal life into your work life. And let's face it, those two things are connected in many, many ways. The important thing is that just like you prioritize a client's needs and responsibilities, you can also do that in your personal life.
Okay.
What are the important things that I need to do to my children and my spouse and those important people around me to make them feel good, to make them feel comfortable, to make them feel that they're taken care of. So if you break down on those client needs and for a moment put the people that are most important to you in that same role, the responsibilities are the same. Listening, less talk, more listening, but being a good leader. Don't be intimidated by all the things that you have to do to help your people, their personal lives and so forth. Be inspiring and help them through that. Help them through those challenges, but don't do it for them. What you can do is inspire them. To be successful at something, you must love it like nothing else you love. It's a special love.
Yeah.
I love doing this so much that I have to be torn away from it.
Yes.
I love my spouse so much that I can't imagine being away from them. I love my children so much that I want to keep them close to me for the rest of my life. I love what I'm doing on this project so much that I don't want to be torn away from it. I don't want to actually have to go and work on this other thing over here. And imagine feeling that way about 20 things you got going. Isn't that the secret? Yeah. Being that inspired.
I think it's a great compliment, a corollary. It fits.
Yes.
With the urgency. If you have that love, that deep love, and a passion for what you're doing, it won't be hard to find solutions and apply the urgency. Live, work, think day by day.
What things can I get done today to make me happy? Mm-hmm. Joseph Campbell, one of my favorite thinkers and philosophers, had a simple philosophy summed up in many of his books, is follow your bliss.
Ah,
follow your bliss.
I love that.
If you're going to spend a lot of time doing something, make sure it makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Because if it makes you happy, it's very likely that it's going to make those around you happy. And if those around you are happy, it's going to make those around you make others happy. And so it's just
lifts
a real
everyone
right
up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you follow your bliss, if you're true to what you love, do what you love. Try to do work that you love to do.
Yeah, I think you honor the work when you approach it that way.
Last week, when we're walking out on stage and I see a sea of people, and it just came over me, that awareness that this is a moment that will go by quickly.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Recognize it. Don't worry about all the heat. Don't worry about all the bad key changes that might take place. Don't worry about the bad mix in the monitor. And guess what? You perform better.
You followed your bliss.
You followed your bliss.
Yeah.
You're enjoying it more.
Yeah.
And the other thing is recognizing that this is a gift.
Oh my gosh.
That's given to you.
Yes.
And so and saying, okay, I could be in my room doing this and still enjoying it. I could be in my little studio with my buddies and still enjoying it, but I'm actually able to take it to this and actually share it with 30,000 people. So it doesn't make it any more important.
Right.
But because I'm just sharing it with more people, I'm still doing the music. But it was so much joy. I enjoyed doing it so much. Mm-hmm. And the reason I know that I got so much joy out of it, because an hour later, I wanted to do it again. I was sick as a dog when I finished that. I almost passed out.
Yes.
The heat was unbearable. And all the stuff that led up to that. And an hour later, I was ready to dive right. Like, okay, what gigs do we have coming up? This has been a joy for me. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for sharing your stories, your time. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you, Skip. Well, so long for now, Bryan. All right. That goes by incredibly fast, doesn't it? Time flies when you're hacking wisdom. Thank you for listening to this wisdom conversation. If you enjoyed this podcast and found the wisdom lesson valuable, then I encourage you to share it with a loved one or friend. Did you know podcast recommendations from one person to another remain the strongest form of podcast growth worldwide? It's true, and we'd appreciate you helping spread the good word. Let's give a big hearty thank you to the crew of the Main Thing Podcast. These are the folks who truly keep the wisdom pipeline flowing. Audio engineer Bob Hotchkiss, strategy advisor Andy Malinowski, public relations and partnerships guru Rachel Bell, social media and digital marketing expert Chloe Linneberg, graphic designer Emma Malinowski, and of course our patrons, those generous folks who provide monthly funding support to help underwrite our costs of production. I couldn't do it without you, nor would I want to. Your feedback matters a lot. If you have a question, a suggestion, maybe an idea, or even a nomination of a future show guest, I'd love to hear from you. Email me at info@themainthingpodcast.com. Well, that's a wrap for this show. I'm your host, Skip Linneberg, signing off for now and inviting you to join us again next time for another special delivery of wisdom.